Hey everybody, I wanted to quickly show you the benefits of using Google Scholar and also just give you a quick rundown on how to do some basic research for your graduate class. So if we were to start on Google, which let's face it, that's what we do most of the time when we want to learn something, we might type in something like Enron scandal, and by doing so we're going to find a lot of things. Almost certainly one of the first hits is going to be a Wikipedia site. Wikipedia in and of itself is definitely not evil. However, you cannot use it unless you use it strategically. So if you're going to start learning about a new topic, then Wikipedia is not a bad idea, but make sure that you're using it as a researcher would, and that means scrolling down to the bottom of the page and reading the actual sources that were used to create the Wikipedia site. So this is one way to quickly learn and research and find information, is to use the sources used by the Wikipedia writer to create an article. So there's option one. My suggestion, however, as an academic and as a writer, is to use Google Scholar. So Google Scholar, this is the site that you want to type in for that. You can also just Google Scholar. And when you're on here, do the same thing. Type in the exact same parameters that you would have typed into Google, but what you're going to get is a list of scholarly articles rather than news or a jumble mix that you're not really sure what to do with. So you can do a lot of things over here with changing your time frame and sorting by relevance. You can do things on this side. Since Enron happened, early 2000s, I don't want to limit this too much, because I would like to see information that's older than a couple of years old, because it happened quite a while ago. So the other hint here is that if there's something on the right-hand column that says PDF, definitely, or HTML, more than likely you're going to have immediate access, for example, to the scholarly article. So by looking on Google Scholar, typing in some parameters, my very first link is probably a decent looking explanation of Enron. And so that would be a viable place for me to start. It's nice when you're doing academic research if you see that the authors are from a university. That might be something that helps you feel a little bit more confident about a source. So back on Google Scholar, if I come down here, I see that this is a book, and it's a book on Google, so it's very possible that if I click here, I have access to the book. So we'll check and see. And we have access to some of it, maybe not the whole thing. So that's also a good option for you. You may be able to find some information by looking for an ebook, especially a Google book. A lot of people who have tried to use Google Scholar and get frustrated will click on something like this one that has nothing over here and is published by Economy and Society, which probably means we don't have access to it. It's not open access. So if we click on it, what's going to happen is we're only going to get the abstract, and you have to purchase the actual article, which you don't want to do unless it looks like it's something that would be really, 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 really useful. So I usually go back to where I was and keep scrolling. I mean, we've got a lot we can choose from. So look on the right-hand column and try to find, your best bet for the PDFs. Your other option as a Harding student, of course, is to use the Harding library. So when you log into pipeline.harding.edu, you've got all these lovely little icons up here, and you want to go to the one that says library. And if you click on that, it's going to take you to the home page for the Brackett Library. And you can do quite a bit of searching here from this home page. You do a keyword search by typing in. You can click right here and search specifically for articles, for books, or e-publications. But one of my favorite things when I'm doing real research is to use this button right here, which is a chat function button. And as long as you're not working on this at 2 o'clock in the morning, which frankly a lot of us do work on things at 2 o'clock in the morning, if it's during normal hours, you can click the chat button, ask a question, and have access to a librarian who can help you. So I hope that those are some tips and tricks that will help you get started on your research. And if you need anything or if you need any help, feel free to reach out to me, your academic director and advisor, Dr. Andrea Bishop at abishop5@harding.edu. Good luck with your research.